Meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, South Korean President Myung said that strengthening pragmatic relations was a focal point of discussions and that China has an important role to play in the Korean peninsula. Now, the trip marks President Xi's first visit to South Korea in 11 years. Unlike his predecessor Yoon Suk-yeol, who prioritized strengthening defense and economic ties with the United States to counter threats from North Korea, President Myung has sought a more balanced approach. Now, South Korea has long trod a fine line between the United States, who is a key defense ally, and China, who is a top trading partner. South Korea, which also agreed a multi-billion-dollar economic deal with the United States, remains heavily dependent on trade with China. Now, one area in which Yi is looking for China's assistance is North Korea. Beijing remains Pyongyang's most important backer, offering vital economic support. And we saw those close ties on display in September when President Xi hosted Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for a military parade in Beijing, where President Xi and North Korea's Kim reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening their ties. Now, Yi raised the issue of denuclearization with the Chinese leader, as well as broader peace efforts on the peninsula. Still, Yi also said on Saturday that the US does remain the most important in addressing the North Korean issue. US President Donald Trump told Yi earlier this week that Washington would work to get the conflict straightened out. And just hours ahead of this meeting between the leaders of South Korea and China, North Korea made a statement that called Seoul's hopes for denuclearization a pipe dream which can never be realized. Laura Westbrook, SABC News, Gyeongju, South Korea.